Hello, young folks. Tonight I'm going to tell you a story about a guy they call Chicken Bone. All right. He was a black guy, he worked in the kitchen. And he's always selling some kind of food. He had a good hustle. He stole food every day. All right. And when you got it, it was always hot and it was always cheap and he always had a lot of it. Okay, but one day, Chicken Bone come out. We had chicken. Chicken Bone came out the kitchen. Chicken Bone came out the kitchen with a bunch of chicken. You got a leg and a thigh for 2 stamps. Which is the deal? All right, what's the money? The money was stamps. All right. At that time, we called a book of stamps $5. Now it's 10. But in those days, a book of stamps was $5, and you never got them in the book. They was all stacked up right there on paper. That's $5 each time. That's how much a cigarette costs too. A little tiny cigarette. So if you smoke, most prison systems in the United States now don't allow smoking. I mean, everybody smokes, but they get it from the black market, all right? But it's going to cost you through the nose. Little pin or tiny little cigarette. I mean, the thing is that big. That big is like that wire. Like about that long, like that. $5. All right, and you barely get it. You're smoking that chew. The police chew, and they pull that chew out of their mouth and sling it on the ground. These guys will snatch it up, put it in the microwave, dry it out, and smoke it. My boss chewed, and I would sell one of them knots every day that he took one. I'd come out, throw it in my trash can. I'd get it out and sell it for $10. I was making $100 a day just selling the knots of already chewed chew. All right, that's been in this cap's mouth. You know, you don't know what he might have been out there sucking a dick. You don't know, and they're smoking this guy's chew, but. The politics in the federal system were nothing like the politics in the state. In the state, they've never got away with that shit. In California, they put some holes in you for some shit like that, especially if the cop was a different race, all right? But anyway, I sold cigarettes, right? Sold drugs, sold whatever the fuck I did to make money in there, right? Well, I had a cop bringing me tobacco and heroin every week. And when the reason how this guy got caught is he was bringing dope in for. I mean, look, this guy been doing this for 8 years. Every day he came to that door, he at least had some dope on him. Well, there's one guy named Trick, big old fat black dude, with $100,000 mouth, all diamonds and rubies, all his teeth, you know. Doing a life sentence, though, for some major weight on drugs, all right? He had a fine, gorgeous old lady, you know, but he wasn't never getting out of prison. So what he does, he tells the police, his name was Pennywell, tells Pennywell, bring him a pistol. He said, I'll have my old lady bring you a pistol and $50,000 you bring the pistol in here to me. Pennywell said, all right. Now, a pistol in that joint would have been all bad. But Pennywell didn't care. Pennywell wanted $50,000. But Trick had his old lady call the FBI. So the FBI was waiting on Pennywell when he came to the gate. So they went to his house. They found $80,000, a kilo of heroin. He ended up with a life sentence. They took Trick and took his life sentence down to 17 years, and it made him 9 months from the door. So they took him and put him in the hole because they know everybody's going to be mad at him. All right? So the whites and the Chicanos and the blacks, everybody was mad. So there's a tip there called the GDs, the Gangster Disciples. All right? There's all races in that tip, all right? But we went to the heads of that tip and said, look, we want to do something. They said, so do we. So this is what they did. The skinheads were the guys that pushed the food carts to the hole. So they're on board. All right. There's 4 carts. They put a GD in each cart. They rolled them in the vestibule. The cop went to look in them before he called the hole. And this one skinhead named Chris, he pulls his shirt up and shows him the knife, and he said, look, boss, you don't want to open that. He said, you really think the cavalry will be here before you're dead? Cop thought about it for a minute. He says, okay. He said, Chris said, look, ain't no police gonna get hurt, all right? This ain't about you guys. So the police stepped out, shut the door, locked it, got on the radio and said, trap's clear. So the other police came, opened the door, and pulled the cars inside the hole. Well, when he went to look in them, he opened the door, GD came out, pulled a knife on him, said, okay. They watching through the window, all right? Because you can see windows, but they can't open the doors because this door's got to be... both doors can't open at the same time. I don't care what's going on. Both doors can't open at the same time. So anyhow, they said, hey, boss, don't worry, it's ain't about you. They got the keys to the cell. They went back there and looked in the window and said, hey, Trick, we come to see you, baby. And they went in the cell, and they butchered him. And it was ugly. They said blood was going down the tier like water from a mop bucket getting spilled or something. And that's what happens to Tattletales. Because he took everybody's meal. So look, don't be telling on nobody. Don't be doing nothing where you're put in a predicament to tell on somebody. And mind your own business. Don't be curious what other people are doing. Just do your own thing. Just keep it legal. Because it's a bad place to end up, folks. You don't want to go there. I know I don't want to go back there. Anyway, bros, be cool. Like my videos. Subscribe to my channel. And hey, remember, preacher loves you. He wants to see you do right. Handle it, fellas. Later.